Woo, baby, honey. Yesterday was something on Instagram. Whoever pays for the session owns the master. I went and posted a video up on Instagram yesterday challenging and explaining that whoever pays for the session owns the master is not necessarily correct. And you should have seen those comments and them people, baby. They were not happy campers. They were all up in an uproar, honey. Saying they got 25 years in the game, they got 5 Grammy wins, and they're currently Grammy nominated. I have my reserves about people like that, okay? You really, you can't tell them certain things. They feel like they've been doing things for too long, telling me that I am spreading fat lies, I'm misleading people and all kinds of things. And let me tell you, I always keeps me a receipt, honey, so you know I'm finna have one up in this video, okay? But nevertheless, unfortunately, y'all, that's not the case, okay? And I'm going to educate you in this video, and we're gonna talk about it. I'm Chiyanti. I am a singer-songwriter. I'm a music producer. I'm an artist. I'm originally from Brooklyn, New York, okay? I currently live in Houston, Texas, and I am a music business enthusiast. I love everything about the music business. I love educating creatives to own their stuff because you should own your stuff. Ownership, I'm super big on, and I love to teach. So I'm excited with this new journey that I'm embarking on with YouTube. So do me a favor, go ahead and like and subscribe this video. Go ahead and leave a comment, and let's get right into it. Okay, so first off, I want to define the audience that I'm talking to. I am talking to unsigned, independent artists, songwriters, and producers in the United States. Shout out to all my supporters in South Africa and the UK and all the other countries. I love y'all. Mwah, mwah, mwah. This video is addressing U.S. copyright law. I don't know or not familiar with the laws in your country, so I don't want to speak on those, okay? So I am talking specifically about U.S. copyright law in this video. So let's now talk about whoever pays for the session owns the master, right? We've got standard industry practices. We have things that we are used to, things that we have followed, things that we know to be what it is. And then we have the law, okay? We have standards that we're used to, practices, and all standards are not good. I just want to throw it out there. All standards are not good. And then we have the actual law that the US has outlined for cases and things like this, okay? Payment alone, money by itself, just money, is not enough to substantiate ownership of a master. Let's talk about platforms like Kickstarter, okay? Kickstarter is a crowdfunding platform. So lots of people are donating to support the creation of this project. Because all these people are, let's say there's 500 people on that Kickstarter donating to this project. Do all 500 people now, just because they donated something to fund this project, do all 500 of them now own the master? No, right? If my boyfriend comes along to my session with me for moral support, he don't know nothing about the industry, and neither do he want to, baby. He ready to go watch that damn football and get home and get on that game, okay? He don't care, he just there because I'm there. Okay. And I get up and I go to the bathroom, and he decides to be a gentleman and say, babe, don't even worry about it. I covered the tab, I paid for the bill. Does he now own the master because he got to pay for it before I got back from the bathroom? No. Payment alone, payment by itself, does not substantiate ownership. And according to US copyright law, the authors and the creators of that independent protected work are the owners of that work, unless, okay, otherwise specified in some sort of signed contractual agreement. But by default, we're talking about US law, the owners of that copyright in the work are the actual owners of that master, not just the person who just paid for it. with no type of contract involved, okay? We're not talking about signed people. I'm not talking about industry people. If you're signed, or you're an A&R to a signed label, or you're an artist who has a contract or a record deal, this is not for you. I'm talking to independent, unsigned artists, songwriters, and producers. Now, I'm gonna give you guys an example. I am an artist, okay? So let's say I go and I buy a beat off of BeatStars, okay? And I go to the studio and I record my lyrics on top of this beat that I bought off of BeatStars. And the studio, I pay them for my time to record, and they bounce out my session in a MP3 file or a WAV file or whatever file I leave the studio with. And I'm in my car and I'm riding home, honey, and I'm hitting that thing because it's hot, because I just ate on that record, okay? And I go and I take my song because it's hot and I put it on TikTok. And then it blows up on TikTok because I'm just so hot, baby. And Atlantic Records wants to come sign me to a record deal. Well, guess what? Atlantic Records now has to go, and they have to go see that original producer, that producer who made that beat on that song that I recorded on. Because Atlantic Records understands that, yes, Chiyanti, we understand that you know what you did. We got all that. But we have to talk to the original creator of the work, of the sound recording, the producer. We have to talk to them because we got to get some things right on paper with them first. Because they own the master and the sound recording, the underlying copyright that's inside of what you recorded. If you owned it 100%, then the record labels wouldn't have to go talk to anybody. They would only need to talk to you. You would be able to sign off on everything because you own 100% of it. So this is why your payment alone, just me saying, whoever paid for the session owns the master. That is a very broad, oversimplified statement, and that is not law. Now, you shouldn't just trust me, okay? You shouldn't just trust Chiyanti. Don't just listen to me. Do your own research. I always exhort and encourage people to look it up for yourself, baby. And I'm gonna also tell you something, because a lot of times we may not understand the things or comprehend things in full that we're reading. Pay that $250 for that legal consultation. Speak to a legal professional. Ask them your questions, okay? ChatGPT, another person tried to copy and paste what ChatGPT said. ChatGPT says whoever pays for the session on the master. And I went on ChatGPT, and ChatGPT said that's not correct according to law. And I posted what ChatGPT told me. AI is not a substitution for a legal professional, honey. I know that AI is here, but we're to be using AI as an assistive tool. We don't just sit here and depend on AI just to be dependent on AI. AI can be wrong. ChatGPT specifically tells you at the bottom where there are, where you type it in, it says ChatGPT can make mistakes. AI can be wrong. I know that it's here and we're using it and we're putting it in Suno, we're putting it in everything, but don't depend on ChatGPT to be law, because it's not. And it's not to be used as a substitution of a real legal professional. You will get yourself messed up like that, okay? There are attorneys right now, okay, who got caught using AI to write their briefs. They have gotten caught because AI is making up cases to cite their points, and the cases are not real cases. So when the judges are going now to look up the cases to see if these are real cases that substantiate the lawyer's claims, they're finding out that AI just made up these cases and none of it is real. All right, so don't depend on ChatGPT, all right? But what I am gonna say is for all of you guys who don't want to pay for the consultation or don't have the money to pay for the consultation, I'm gonna leave a clip right here in this video. It's a receipt from a music business attorney. His name is Ryan Schmidt, and he talked about this in depth on the No Labels Necessary podcast. And this is a real music business attorney, legal professional who is discussing these things. So I'm gonna leave this clip right here for you guys to go check it out.
I lay down a track, and then I take off and I say, hey, Jacory, can you pay for this? Because I have some other things to do. And Jacory uses his own credit card, pays for the masters. Apparently he owns the song. That's what I've been hearing. Is that correct?
No, that's not true. So it all goes back to copyright, right? money alone isn't going to equal ownership. The Copyright Act says that whoever is the author, whoever creates an independent, protectable piece of work, whether that's lyrics, music, sound recording, they are the author and owner of that copyright, whether it's the master recording, whether it's the publishing and the music and lyrics. So this idea of money equals ownership of the master really comes down to a contract.
If you learned something in this video today, please subscribe to my channel. As you can see, I'm new here in these YouTube streets, baby, and I'm so big on connecting and building relationships with people. I love to talk to new people. I really love to engage with my community. So please subscribe to my channel, leave a like, leave a comment, and do me a favor, go hit me up on Instagram or TikTok, Facebook. Listen, I am very active. Send me a DM. I will respond, okay? And another thing, I'm getting ready to go live on Twitch. I want to see y'all on my Twitch. I got 0 subscribers over there, so please go show your girl some love and go subscribe to my Twitch. I would be so happy if I see 2 of y'all that did. I would be so happy. Go check me out on Twitch. I want to build a community, and I encourage you guys to comment, and it's okay to respectfully disagree. What I want to do is I want to spark conversations. I want to spark us talking. I want to get us talking, because the more we get to talking, the more people get to thinking, and those creative juices and all those juices get to flowing and sparking, and people begin to do their own research. People begin to look up things, and we begin to share common knowledge, and each one teach one. We get to learn from each other. So please go ahead and, feel free to leave a comment. I'm totally okay with you disagreeing with me. I just ask that everyone be respectful, because we want to make sure that we're all respecting each other. I'm gonna be doing beat tutorials and lots of songwriting, because I am a really good songwriter, and I'm going to also be teaching you guys more about the music business, because it seems like a lot of y'all really are interested in those things. So I'll share what I know. I can't wait to grow with you guys more. Love y'all. Mwah.